Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review would be Justice League, the Zack Snyders Cut. Let's get into it. So I already did a review for this movie when the original came out. So we don't need to go into the particulars about everything that went on because it's basically the same movie, but what they did was they added all the backstories. So if the original movie was about 2 hours long or however long it was, they extended it to 4 hours by giving a bunch of backstory on some of the things we might not have was wondering, well, how did they get from this point to this point? Now they got that backstory in there. How did this whole thing originate with Steppenwolf and Darkseid? They got that backstory in there. And it visually, if this was in the theater, phenomenal. So if those of us who have 4K TVs, 8K TVs, surround sound, you're getting a full effect, like as if you're in the movie theater, because the graphics and the visuals were phenomenal. The way they had Steppenwolf, he had a whole new costume. Like it really, I'm thinking back the first time when I watched this, I don't remember if he looked like that. He couldn't have. I think he definitely had a new suit or something because he looked more vibrant. The things was moving all over his body and stuff like that. His suit that he had on, you can see Darkseid more clear. I don't even remember Darkseid in the first movie. So this one, I was in the movie theater. Maybe now that I'm watching it home, I'm paying attention to it more. But I thought I was paying attention to it back then. I guarantee you, if I reviewed, listen to my original review, I didn't even mention anything about Darkseid. So Darkseid is on here, and so the story plot is the same. So for the visual effect, getting the backstories, the trailer that they showed, the Joker, that's kind of like a nightmare that Batman, Bruce Wayne, was having, and he was talking to the Joker, where Darkseid manipulated Superman and had Superman go and kill a lot of people, and he was coming to kill the Joker and Batman in the nightmare or whatever. So some say it's some foreshadowing that might be coming along, and who knows? Shows the backstory of Cyborg. He is really it showed his suit, all the things he could do. That's another thing. In the original, I wasn't paying attention to him much either, but they really showed a real true backstory of a football player. They probably did, but it was like vague. His dad wasn't really coming to his game. He was a big time football player, but the mom was already there, always there. And on their way home from a game one night, they got hit on with a head-on collision, killed the mom instantly. He was about to die. The dad figured I'm gonna save him and turned him into the cyborg with the alien box that he had or whatever. So that's how he became who he became. Of course, Flash is a goofy character. They're making a Flash movie. Now, I will say this about Marvel. They made characters that I really didn't think they could do a movie with, and they made these characters come alive in the film. So we'll see. Right now, I mean, with the Flash already having a TV show, you bringing them into a movie, I don't know. I mean, I watch a lot of movies, so of course I'm going to watch, but I just don't know. So enough about all that. Of course, Wonder Woman, we just had Wonder Woman 1984. Her backstory, she didn't really have too much, especially we just seeing Wonder Woman 1984. I think pretty much everything they showed was pretty much everything we've seen. Superman, of course, he came back alive. He had the black Superman suit. I can't even remember if he had that on in the original. So that was cool to see. And he, of course, he beat Steppenwolf like he was nothing. So that was pretty much the bulk of the movie. The backstories and the visuals was phenomenal, especially depending on what TV you got to watch it. You get that feel of the movie theater and everything. So if you ask me, is it worth the 4 hour wait? If you're a movie buff, you will go through the whole 4 hour and just to see, pick up on the backstories and see the visuals through everything. Oh yeah, I left out Aquaman. He was, I didn't see nothing different in Aquaman either. I think his story was the same. Well, of course, we learned a lot more through his movie, but it's like I said, if you're a movie buff, you'll sit through the 4 hours and just watch it. If you're not really a movie buff, but you hear the hype around it, save yourself some time. If you've seen the original Justice League, you could pass. You could, if you're looking for backstories, then of course you watch it. But the hype of it, you could pass. The 4 hours is a long time. That is excessive, especially if you already seen the original. If you didn't see it at all, go ahead and sit. You'll be in for a treat if you never seen it at all. It's your first time looking at it. So all that, you're getting all that information at once. It's gonna be great for you if this is your first time ever seeing it. But if you already seen the original, then too much, waiting the 4 hours ain't really worth it. Unless you're a movie buff and you want to know the backstories and you're looking for something to watch with the visuals. Because plenty of people been hitting me up like, hey, you watch that? Man, it's 4 hours, man. It's too long. I said, I get them, I get them. So, out of my 4-star rating system, I give this movie 3 out of 4 stars. 3 out of 4 stars. It was decent enough. The visuals was awesome. It was decent enough. 3 out of 4 stars. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Leave a comment if you did sit through the 4 hours. What was your take on everything? Till next time.